GM everyone. Just doing kind of a casual thing here on Saturday. Probably going to submit a prop lot. Got to fix this pirate ship mistake I made. Kind of embarrassing. But we're going to get started. This is let's play little nouns. We're going to get started right after this. All right, GM. Kind of embarrassing here, but we got to start over here at nouns.wtf/nouns/677. In fact, this is the noun that the Lil Nouns bought, not 679, which I thought the LOL ship. So here we go, 677. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to noun.pic/677.svg. Let's get the SVG here. Let's also get the PNG. Yeah, okay. Yeah, just to confirm, we can go back here, delegation to metagov, right there. All right. So how that happened, I don't know. How I confuse those two, yeah, nuts. Anyway, 679. Sorry, bud. 677. Let's get you over here. All right. 677. This guy here. Add a stroke. Let's make it white. Five on the outside. There it is. All right. Here we go. There's the 16 little nouns. Nouns. Say 5. There we go. All right. do a little bit of unsplash.
Hey, bro. What? Oh my God! Hey, bro. What? Oh!
Dave Ferris,
Katy Perry,
Joan Jett,
Haley Williams of Paramore,
Juliette Sims,
Lynn, frontwoman of a band called Paris.
It felt just like a very supportive and easy environment in which to connect to other women.
Now you go out there and there are more women working on that tour than men.
You know, Lisa Brownlee was the first female tour manager that I ever met. She was kind of like my idol.
You know, I've worked from the very bottom
Started out passing out magazines.
all the way up to the very top.
Now is my tour manager for the last 17 or 18 years on Warped Tour.
He's always been a supporter of females, always had them on his team.
And it's not something that Kevin did on purpose. It's just the way it's always been.
He's always surrounded himself
with strong female leaders. He doesn't micromanage you. He's like, I believe in you. You can do this. Run this. And women.
30 seconds on the clock. All you got to do is score 10 points. You ready? He's born ready. On your mark. Get set. Go, Cooper. Go for it. You're on the clock. Oh, Cooper is putting the ball down. Hype in the crowd. Fans, make some noise for Cooper putting on the show for us. Cooper, you've got 15 seconds for those 10 points. Fans, make some noise for Cooper. He's got 8 seconds to make those 10 points. Cooper, you've got 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Oh, so close, Cooper! And you're still going home with a Lakers fan, Pat. Great job. For more information on Camp Lakers, presented by UCLA Health and Lakers Youth Basketball, Cooper, we have 30.
Oh man. All right. Oh, GM index.
GM, how are you?
Dude, I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing all right. A little tired.
Yeah. There, yeah. Just kind of jamming on stuff pretty casually here.
Designing a website, front end, I guess.
Yeah, kind of. What do you think would be on the infinite nouns? What would the front end have?
I don't know if I have a good answer right now. I like the little icon on the top left, though. The little noggles.
Yo, I'm gonna put my headphones on and I'll be right back in a minute.
Good. I may take a moment or two to settle in here. I don't know how much longer you're going either.
Yo.
How are you? Can hear you.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Gotta say, I've been gonna re-listen to that Will Papper interview, and yeah, there's so much that I missed during the interview, but go back and listen to it, and things just make a lot more sense. So I think we got a lot of good stuff, a lot of good material there.
I have to say, like, I don't know. In some ways, it like completely reframed my thinking of nouns, but like, I also have to understand I can't be so easily influenced like through one interview.
How did it reframe your understanding of nouns?
Just like a pretty extreme take on what nouns should be funding, I think, right? Whereas
Of just like really focused on the public goods.
yeah, whereas like my existing framing of nouns was quite a bit more diverse and like spread out.
And so you're feeling like discouraged?
I wouldn't say discouraged. I'm just thinking about like any prop idea I've had and how it probably would be a no from his perspective. Potentially. Not necessarily, but probably default no. And then, yeah, would have to alter or shift the prop in order to more cater to like the ethos that he holds, I think.
Yes and no. I mean, I think there are a lot of ways that our live stream is sort of something unique to nouns. And he does like very much support getting the word out and getting like-minded, sort of aligned contributors. I think that's like it's like exactly what we're doing.
I mean, we definitely would only ever be funded by nouns, that's for sure. So we have that win. I don't know if we necessarily fall in public good category, but I agree that we're maybe not as far off of what would interest someone like him as some other props. But yeah, just trying to think about how to satisfy sort of his viewpoint a little more.
The other thing I've been puzzling on is he sort of said that he thought nouns was like 60% public goods, 40%, transactional. I think that number, it might very well be true. I mean, I think that's one of those block to block things, but 60% public goods focus seems kind of high to me. What was your take on that number?
As far as like existing funding,
I think he was talking about sort of support of public goods.
I mean, either way, the number is probably high. But maybe that's a sign that I'm taking too strict of an interpretation.
Yeah. I mean, I will say you have characterized yourself to me as a public goods maxi. Like, you're all about the public goods.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Have you not said that? You haven't called yourself a public goods maxi?
I don't know about that one.
Oh, I thought you did.
I mean, I definitely like that style of like prop and direction for nouns, but I like a lot of the other stuff too. Although I do think like when something more public goods oriented comes up, I'm more of like a sooner to be a yes than other props.
And what Will specifically said was kind of nouns infrastructure, nouns like community. He said he thought that was worth funding. So a community like us that we're kind of focusing on infinite concept and gamers, infinite gamers. I don't know, that seems right up his alley. I mean, he came onto the live stream like
I guess
picked
so,
a character. Yeah. I mean, did you hear when I brought up that MMOCRPG? I mean, he completely agrees with that frame.
Yeah, you're right. It's maybe not as maybe I'm being too extreme. But yeah, he did pick the cloud character. He spent a long time in Playground. I've spent many hours in the Playground. I've tended to drift outside of the Playground now into Figma and other things. But when I first came to nouns, I would just sit in the Playground like all day.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of my recap. I think of the Will interview. I don't know. I'm just feeling more like I think we should move forward. I think we've been talking about an NFT. We've been talking about an alt front end. I think we should shift towards those, building those to see if we can do it. And I guess I've been less focused on the sort of metrics, audience, kind of pleasing that sort of that sort of voter.
Well, that's kind of why I like shifted the framing, and I don't know if it's that different, but it's like community versus audience. Because like we know we have a community of people. They may not tune into every stream we do though, but they're still there, and they're still willing to like partake in our adventure. Just maybe not through the live stream necessarily, or by like consuming it. And I think that's kind of okay because, in a sense, that's the kind of person we want to join us. Is we don't just like I know our live stream is somewhat interactive, and that's like having someone on the stream is obviously more interactive. But like we don't really want to cultivate a community of people that just sit there and watch the stream and are like passive. We're trying to have people like join us and game, I guess, right? So by default, the people we're looking for aren't going to be just like passive audience members, and so it's like this catch-22. If I'm making any sense.
Yeah, but I mean, the solution in my mind is to build kind of an on-chain community with some kind of on-chain metric, and I think the easiest thing is like an NFT, like a free mint.
So I guess we just gotta like do it, right? Unless you want to make it a little more stricter than like a free mint, which would be like through a prop house or some sort of like limited, like still free but limited, or like you had to earn it in some way or showcase.
Yeah, I mean, I think there are a lot of different versions to do. The kind of basic thing I like is I think about like what does the scoreboard look like for this on-chain RPG? You know, the Pac-Man, the arcade style top score. In the case of Nouns, I think the scoreboard is kind of like an on-chain map. And so for people who are playing Nouns as an infinite game, I mean, you and I are, right? We both explicitly agree we're playing the infinite games on-chain RPG, right?
Yeah.
So let's have some kind of token that we can hold in our wallets that we can show off on this site. That's like some kind of scoreboard, leaderboard map. You know, let's show people like where to play. If you want to play this infinite game, if you want to play with us, here's where we are.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm into this idea. We've been talking about it for a while. I guess we probably should just make it as simple as possible at first, and then you can always build upon it and improve it. Like this could literally just be the NFT right here, but
yeah. Yeah, I was messing around with color schemes. I was also thinking about, what do you think about this? If you watch this, what about like having a little kind of thing where it fades in and then it kind of flashes?
Like animated?
Yeah. Like it just fades in like this. Yeah.
Like this?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of open to whatever. Let's talk about what this holding this NFT means. To me, this means you understand this infinite games concept and you want to signal to other players that you understand it. I mean, and also that you're playing theoretically, but I think there can be some deception. I think basically, yeah, you understand Nouns is an infinite game. You're playing. Here's your address.
In that sense, I do feel like there's got to be some minor barrier where someone has to be thoughtful about their minting, and obviously just by making their way to the mint, there's some thought there. But I don't know if that's overthinking it.
You know, I kind of reject that. I think just permissionless. Because one is, I think there are ways of playing infinite nouns that you and I might even think, oh, that's silly. And like we would, not grant them. But ultimately, those might be valid strategies. So
I didn't necessarily even mean like granting or not, but like adding a small cost to it would be a way. I don't know if I have any other examples other than that necessarily, but like.
Well, let's talk. How about this? I mean, one thing you could do is you could token gate it to, holders of nouns, little nouns, NARs. You could name all the nounish communities you want, and that way you have some kind of barrier. But I don't know. I don't like that because
I don't like that either because that's the whole point
of hot
nouns.
Wallet.
Yeah.
And then I have a cold wallet. I mean, yeah. So what did you mean in terms of gatekeep it or barrier it?
Just like a free mint, like anyone could come across and mint it and not really think too much of it. Like I'm not saying that would necessarily happen with ours, but like a bot network picks it up or something, or alpha group somehow comes across it. They think they can manipulate it or mint like thousands of these or something. I don't think that would happen necessarily, but
you could put a small charge, a small fee, like $1 in ETH, and you could route the fee to Nouns Treasury, or Lil Nouns.
all right, so I don't know, yeah, either completely free, which is not really free because you have to pay gas, and then like Zora. I think you were using Zora. Whatever their fee is, 0.007 or something.
Yep. But I mean, I'm not in a rush to mint this today or tomorrow. I just think we gotta talk through these decisions and think about it and come back and get something out later this week maybe or next weekend.
I think the sooner the better, but not rushed. I agree. Free mint, very simple, one tier, and then you can always build upon that NFT in the future if we decide to.
Oh, I think we need to build upon it with our front end.
Yeah.
And I think basically it's like we need to figure out what is it, or I want to figure out what does a scoreboard map look like, and we kind of can build that out. I think off of the NFT graph.
Scoreboard part is kind of tricky. I mean, the easiest score would be ETH received from like the treasury. But that's not really necessarily the most important metric.
I mean, the metric might just be, is this wallet still playing?
Okay. And that would mean like a vote. Submitting a prop house, maybe. Delegating, bidding on an auction.
Yeah. But I mean, with an NFT graph, you could literally build anything on top of it. Could have a Dune dashboard. Yeah. That I like. And then you could have like in the last 24 hours, in the last 7 days, in the last month. And it's almost like a health of the ecosystem.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, okay.
because I think of like the Nouns governance contract. Like, if there's no transactions happening, no votes, no props, then it's like dead. But if there's a lot of stuff happening that people are paying money to do, I guess with the vote refund it's different. But
you still like you don't get it all back though.
Oh, you don't?
You get like a very large percentage of it back, but it's not a complete, like 100% refund. Because I'm just assuming because transaction costs are like taken out of it for sending the money back. Although technically, actually, I don't even know how they could do it, but yeah.
Have you? I guess you've received a refund for voting.
I suppose to do it the other way, you would have to batch refund at some point the difference. Like you would have to have a contract that looks at the difference and then batch refunds it. And someone would have to execute that once a month or something. Yeah. I do it for Nounsel. We reimburse costs for the multi-sig signing, and it's very close to 100%, but it's not quite there.
And the other thing that struck me while we're here at this alt front end is, from re-listening to Will, is, there aren't like infinite versions of, the game. And so what if we look at a scoreboard for a public goods beacon nouns? Then we can say like, XXX ETH given to public goods. And we can say like Gitcoin protocol. Zach XVT. Stand with crypto.
My only thing with this is that you lose a little bit of objectivity and start to introduce a little bit of subjectivity to these.
What do you mean?
There's not really consensus yet over a public good. But I guess that would be up to us to become opinionated on it, maybe?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and this could even be like Will Papper's. Will Papper's public good beacon scoreboard. And it could just be like, here's what Will thinks are public goods. The Protocol Guild, yes. I mean, are there people who would argue that the Protocol Guild is not a public good?
I don't know. Like, there probably is at least one, but probably has the largest consensus. Like Zach XBT, more controversial or more, probably less consensus over that one. I'd imagine. That's just my guess. Although it did pass twice, so.
Well, whatever the case is, like you could have, whatever kind of metrics you want here. And this could be a front end that's just like, for the nouns as a public good meme. My building Lil Block Party as an alt front end was like a really liberating experience. Because we could just do whatever we wanted, and we could access the protocol. So I think it's an underexplored design space. I think we could do something really fun.
I kind of forget you're an expert in the field.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like you may have been part of the second most used little nouns front end, right? Outside of the original?
It's gotten a lot of use, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot. I mean, I would
linked
say Nomo.
from the original too.
I mean, I'd say Nomo, obviously number one by far.
I mean, I don't know the numbers, but yeah, maybe. Either that or something like Agora that secretly has more users than I might think.
This retainer, the gold necklace.
Where are you?
On the block party.
I can't look because then I want to settle stuff, That's the only downside to those websites. Like, maybe, I guess FOMO is sort of an alt front end that might have the most, if that counts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, FOMO might be number one.
The other thing, also kind of in general, I've been thinking about is this idea that like losing is learning, and I think we shouldn't be afraid of losing. So sometimes when I think about like our prop and what I want to do, I kind of want to be cautious and like super careful and slow and methodical, and yeah, I don't want to go too fast, but I think we should avoid going too slow too.
I have a tweet for you here. See if I can pull it up 1 second. From someone who has shipped quite a bit of nounish like things. Give me 1 second. This is an extreme version, but
yeah.
So there is some truth to that. 48 hours may be a little extreme, especially if there's like a large scope, but that probably is the case, that if you don't do it quicker, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I do think this front end though is like, it's exciting. It's challenging, like from a technical standpoint, for us at least. But I do think there's really something here that's not in like our other ideas or components of our prop.
Yeah. The other frame also I've been kind of thinking about, what are we building? We're kind of like in Contra there was this up, up, down, down, left, right, A, B, start, select kind of cheat code that would give you, I don't know, infinite lives or a lot of lives. We're kind of like a live stream that's kind of like trying to discover the cheat codes and the tips and tricks. We're kind of like a guide to playing nouns, like a, there used to be magazines that had like the maps for all the levels in Mario and the puzzles. Do you remember those, or is that kind of before your time? Yeah, walkthrough, now Nami code. Yeah.
And then also, like, during my time, it was very controversial, but there was like the Game Shark. But yeah, we had walkthroughs. I still used them. I remember like my era was very heavy on the Pokemon. And when you were 10 years old and you had never played that game, it was pretty daunting without any sort of like guide or information. So very familiar with the guidebooks.
So to me, that seems like a public good, because what is the business model? I mean, first of all, I don't know who else would build this kind of thing other than us.
We put this. Can we put this code like as a special hidden Easter egg on our website if we do one? Even though I'm spoiling it right now.
Yeah.
If you watch this, then you deserve it. I don't know what it unlocks, but
yeah. And these could be like just free secrets. Like this could just say like be nice to people. Like I don't know, embrace absurdity. That's something that 4156 has really hammered home, and I feel like you and I have really kind of taken that, and it's served us well in the Nouniverse.
yeah, I agree. I'm trying to think of what else we need here. But it's very clear that the current nouns front end is not long term. It's not the best solution. That's like very clear. It's missing something. It's not quite it. There's room for others.
Hey, on another note, and I don't have a ton more time, but how embarrassing is it that I've been using the wrong pirate ship for like a week?
I never even like checked you. I just trusted it. But yeah, I don't know. It's not really that bad, honestly, because you're free to use whatever NFT you want,
Yeah. And I do like the RGB nogs. They make this a little more abstract. I love the LOL. I just love that. Ugh. But you know what this accessory is, right?
Aren't they scissors?
Yeah, I always thought it was some kind of necklace or like gold chain. Yeah,
almost.
It's scissors.
Like, I don't know who thought to put scissors in as an accessory, but sure. It's a random accessory, kind of.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be using the wrong one for weeks?
You know, it just felt embarrassing that I like didn't look at which one we actually held. It felt embarrassing. I felt sheepish, but I mean, anyone's free to use any of the IP however they want. That's, I think, one of the most important lessons about nouns. It's really counterintuitive for a lot of people, but you know, you can use this however you want, and you're in fact encouraged to do so by the project, you know, philosophy that you can really kind of increase value by just proliferating. A lot of people really don't get that.
Yeah, I feel like I actually feel like I've seen more and more people on Twitter that I don't know, and they have a nounish profile photo. To be honest.
Yeah.
But also, like, the solution would be to just mint the LOL ship as a random NFT, send it to the Lil Nouns treasury, and problem solved. It may not actually represent a vote in Nouns DAO, but you can still mint it and send it to Lil Nouns so they own something.
I could. I could, and shout out to the LOL ship owner. I also think this, you know, I also want to just embrace that this is a true story. This really is the noun we own. This, you know, we've voted in every proposal. And yeah, it's I don't know, I'm embracing the actual noun because I do want to go get to the jungle. Oh shoot, you know, I still got to do that, by the way. Get my prop lot up. But yeah, what's on your mind? What are you up to tonight? You're muted if you're trying to talk.
Am I unmuted now?
Oh, there you are.
Oh my god. I did it twice in a row. I think I hit the button, but not hard enough to like activate it. So I gave you a whole talk, and then I gave you a mini talk about the talk I just had, and now I'm about to give another talk about the 2 previous talks. But anyway, in real life, I've obviously have some work this weekend, so long days, so I'm just relaxing tonight. But outside of that, I've been thinking a lot about our prop and ideas around it. And that's kind of what made me bring up to you, I think in DM, about those day in the life videos you were doing back in the day. I think it was just a handful of them, but that was pretty good content. I felt something new and exciting to me, and like Nouns that wasn't really being done before. And they're not too long, so people can like feel free to consume them pretty easily. Not that I'm trying to force you to do more work, but I thought those were pretty good. Maybe we should do some more of that. Outside of that, just kind of trying to imagine what our prop might be and which direction to go in.
Yep. What, by the way, have you seen just how many props are coming up here?
Yeah, it's been a big week. I don't actually know how many we're up to. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10 props that are either active or pending. That might be a record. And one was canceled.
Did you see POAP voted against this Nouns middle grade novel?
Yep. No reason though, but obviously. 25 ETH, pretty reasonable. For a book. I think, like, my personal take, I'm willing to like experiment in any kind of domain at least once. So I probably would vote yes on the book just to see where it lands. If an author is willing to come to Nouns and write something centered around nouns, then I think I'm more aligned to go with it.
Yeah, me too. And it'll be fun to see how it turns out. 25 ETH, right? About 45, 50 grand. That's probably a little bit lower than what we were thinking of asking for. But kind of a similar thing, like an established artist, writer wants to build something directly with Nouns IP and ask for kind of living expenses. I mean, this is totally kind of a framework we could use, but we're kind of all over the place. So what have you been thinking of lately in terms of how our prop framing is?
Oh man, I've been all over the place too. I don't really know if I have like a direction. I do think the front end is kind of exciting. Building out the concept of it being an MMORPG in some capacity, but I don't know if I have like a definitive direction yet in my head. I'm definitely in madman stage, and my sentiment changes like almost daily.
Yeah.
But I had a thought and I kind of forgot it right now, but oh well. Maybe I'll come back to it. Oh, I listened to the first 2 chapters through YouTube. And I zoned out in the beginning, which I don't know if that's a good sign for the writing. But about, I don't know, when the first instance of Nouns popped up, I kind of all of a sudden like popped to, and I was like completely forgot that I was listening to a Nouns prop like piece of media. And I was like, wow, what just mentioned Nouns? And I thought for a moment like Nouns had meant my real life in a weird way, but then I realized it was just listening to a prop. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, whoa, Nouns. Who's mentioning Nouns? And then I was like, it's just a prop. It was exciting to hear it. Like, it was amazing. My mind glazed over for a bit, and then all of a sudden, Nouns, and I perked up.
Yeah.
Which, anyway, I'm saying is it would be really cool if we get to the point where like I do come across Nouns in just real life, regular life, and it catches me off guard. Never happened to me though. Are you submitting this live?
Yeah, I'm trying to. It's kind of hard to write.
What are your thoughts on the Jungle rebrand as it pertains to your adventure?
What's the new rebrand going to call it?
Nouns community Discord?
I don't know. Personally, I kind of don't like it just because I think it's I don't know. Misleading isn't the right word, but I just think it's special that Nouns doesn't have a centralized Discord server. So I kind of liked how it had kind of a separate branding. But yeah, I plan to go wherever Nouners are to campaign and meet Nouners. So I don't really care what it's called. What do you think about the rebrand? I'm sorry, I haven't followed it closely.
I kind of same sentiment as you. I like that there's no central Discord. I don't think it should ever really come back. I think we're fine as is. And then as it pertains to the jungle itself, I understand that maybe putting some effort in to kind of rekindle or, you know, update, adjust a Discord may take some time, which means money. But the fact that it hasn't already rebranded, I don't know, seems a little... This doesn't make as much sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to rebrand, do you need the prop to actually rebrand it in any way? Outside of the fact that some of it may take time, but I don't know. Not seeing it for this one. Embrace the jungle if you're going to be the jungle.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know Oni at all, really, but he's kind of asking for this residency to kind of do this. Do you think Nouners are going to vote for it, or do you think they're going to think that it sort of endorses a specific Discord, kind of specific channel, and for that reason kind of not resist it?
I think we'll see some forsk. People are really looking for some central place because they may think that it increases the value of the project, thus increasing like noun holdings. But yeah, that's another thing. I'm not really for the DAO declaring any one person to be kind of like the onboarder or point of contact. And some would say that like 4156 unofficially holds that role, but I don't really see that either. That he, like, 4156 is the face of the DAO, and so I don't really see that, and I don't think anyone else should be voted as kind of unofficially or officially in some way a face of the DAO.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like, it should have already rebranded if you were going to try and do it, not require like in order to get this rebrand, it's a minimum commitment of like $10,000 from the DAO for the first month.
I mean, is a rebrand really going to make a difference?
Well, that's like a whole nother argument. I don't think so. Which is kind of like some people's point. But I just don't like see like if you want it, like you have to show, well, I guess a first time prop doesn't necessarily have to show anything. We discussed that a little bit before, you know, like you can get your first shot free, but it's just odd to me that it requires a prop in order to already to do it. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, submitted.
So do you have a name for this noun now?
Not really. RGB ship, running with scissors, pirate ship.
Weird Al?
Sure. What'd you say?
I said Weird Al.
Weird Al.
Running with scissors.
Yeah. Could be.
Classic album. Are you in the jungle as of right now?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just spamming my prop lot here. You've got your little nouns delegated to me still?
From that address for sure, and then I don't think I hold any in my other address because I gave it away, right? Yeah, they should all be to you because they're in indexcard.eth. Set the one from my Hotter wallet to Mike. I only hold 3 now because I gave 2 away.
What a guy. What a guy. Well, we are live now with PropLot here. Let me just give a quick summary of this. This is sort of like a weighted kind of upvoting mechanism to token check your ideas. It's free to vote, no gas. Anyone can submit with as long as you hold a little noun. And yeah, I just posted PropLot 177. Gosh, you know what I got to do is I got to get my icon. I got to set that with my ENS. Do you point yours to like an imager or what do you do?
I don't know if I have it on all my ENS, but my other one I sent to like an NFT, like metadata. But I think you can just link to any sort of image. Could be hosted on Imager.
I wish I could just link to the NFT, the actual little panda.
I'm not really sure what I do. I think for a while I had it at my Toad. Because I didn't own it out or anything. But I don't really even know anymore. My ENS is the NFT. Pretty much.
Yeah, I got just a little bit of time left. Do you want to cover anything else? Jam about anything?
Not really. I guess our big goal, NFT. Front end. We got our show. Are we still doing our show this Wednesday?
Oh yeah.
8 p.m. Yep.
Every Wednesday.
I guess we got to have something for that. Some content.
Yeah, maybe we work on the NFT.
Yeah.
And then there's a question about, I uploaded this as, PNG and it goes up onto IPFS. Do we want ours to be SVGs? In which case, that probably makes it really complicated.
I've never minted through Zora, which I think is what you're looking at, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never done anything with Zora.
Well, how do you do your NFTs?
I just did. I've done only a couple, and it was through Manifold, kind of just like you would right here. So I uploaded, PNG, and then it. I don't know where they store it, if it's IPFS or something else.
Didn't Onion do a custom contract, but he also did it through Zora?
Yeah, he sort of did like a. I actually don't know the complexity of his, but it was kind of like Ripe has definitely done it before, where the NFT is slightly custom based on your wallet. So there's a way if you want to add something extra to it. We could look into it. But if you want them all the same, I don't think we need to go that route.
Yeah.
Is it an ERC 721 or is it?
I mean, I just kind of ran through this. I don't know. It could be an edition. It could be a multi-edition. I don't think it's a DAO. Not a DAO.
No, not a DAO. 1155s are kind of like a little boring, maybe.
But yeah, I thought, probably open edition, open forever. It just seems kind of wrong to put a minting end date on our Infinite Nouns NFT,
Correct. Should be open forever.
And yeah, I put royalty at 0. Like, I don't think there'll ever be a secondary market on these because it's open forever. But royalty seemed wrong. I guess we could have a small mint price to Nouns. We could think about that. I don't know.
I don't think you meant anything to Nouns.
Okay.
I think we could pursue something in the future that maybe directs something to Nouns, like a proposal. But for this, I don't think so.
And then I see this as basically a social graph for us and kind of our people who are playing the game like us as an infinite game.
Yeah, I'm ready. We just gotta decide the visual element and go for it. But we could always update in the future too, as we've seen with checks and stuff and no Pepe.
Yep. Cool. Cool. On that note, you want to call it?
Sure. You've been on for a while.
About 2 hours. But yeah, we're on this adventure together. Index cards, good to see you. Oh man, I gotta update that watermark.
I was just looking at it.
Did you see this version, by the way? I took a Pac-Man game. I put the LOL ship inside the game, and then you and I outside the game. Kind of created a third level there.
So maybe a little too complex, but I saw it.
We're always playing. All right. Well, I'm going to lead us out here. Thanks for coming on, Index. It's been great to chat and catch up with you. When do we have our show? Can you remind our audience now? It's Wednesday nights, right? What time?
Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and then midnight UTC. So technically not Wednesday night UTC, but right as we switch over from Wednesday to Thursday.
Here we go. We'll see y'all then, probably in between. Maybe we'll have some progress on the opening reel, or maybe we'll have a closing one. I'm gonna play the intro now to close this out. I just love this pirate ship. But we'll see you next time, Index Card. Thanks for watching.